This call is now being recorded.
All right, so let's start. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome once again to this masterclass on how to create dashboard using Microsoft Excel. My name is Basi Emmanuel, so I'm going to be introducing you to the actual trainer for today's masterclass. But before we start, let me introduce you to Talent Digit. For those who are just joining us, so you can go to talentdigit.com to learn more about us. What we do basically, we are a tech organization. We trained students and organizations in digital technologies ranging from data analysis, data science, AI automation, AI engineering, and stuff like that. So over the years, we've been training students, and of course, what makes us very unique is the fact that our training, is absolutely practical, and our students have created a lot of portfolios. So you can see this on our website. So the main essence of today's masterclass is to introduce you to Microsoft Excel in the aspect of creating dashboards. So many people do not know that with Excel, you can create a wonderful dashboard using just Microsoft Excel. So that is what today's masterclass is really all about. All right, so let me introduce you to the facilitator, Chiomaka Matilda. She's going to lead you through on how to do this. She's expert in this, not just in Microsoft Excel, but in data analysis as a whole. So Chiomaka, can you hear me? So please, you can have your floor now. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Please kindly indicate if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. My name is Chiamaka Matilda Obodo. So I'm your facilitator for today. I'll be taking you on Excel. So just give me a minute to share my screen because we want to make use of our time. Just a minute. Okay, good evening once again. So we are in the Excel masterclass. Please, can you hear me? Please, can you indicate, apart from Mr. Emmanuel, please, is there any other person that indicates that he or she can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So we are in the Excel masterclass, and I'm going to give you a quick introduction on what Excel is all about. Right? So Excel is a spreadsheet. Excel is a spreadsheet used for data entry, used for calculation. You can also use it to build your dashboard. You can do a whole lot in Excel. And when we talk about data analytics, Excel is one of the skills that a data analyst is supposed to have. Whether you are doing a roadmap from Power BI to SQL, there's no way you can escape Excel because Excel is the basics. If you don't understand Excel, there are a lot of things you will not understand in your roadmap in data analytics. So a quick introduction on Excel. So now when you open your Excel, I don't know, maybe we might have a beginner in this, but if you don't have Excel, you can always go to your start button and type Excel, and it's going to open an interface like this. So here is a blank and workbook. And if you have an ongoing project, let's say for the people that are intermediates, you'd always see it here. So now for the blank workbook, when you click on it to open, maybe. All right. So when you click on it to open, it's going to open. You're going to see this interface like this. So it's similar to MS Word, where you have your home tab, your inserts, your data, and the rest. So this is how the Excel looks like. So now, in this Excel, we have this Excel.
You cannot see your screen again now.
You can't see my screen.
Yes.
In,
You see, you stop sharing. Maybe you can share your screen again.
yeah, trying to do that too. Please, can you
Okay. Yes.
all right. Okay. Can you still see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, it's,
Okay.
it's visible now. Thank you.
Okay. So now when you come to Excel, this is a spreadsheet. This is a workbook. So this Excel is made up of sheets, right? So now this is sheet one. And then as you can see, Excel is made up of rows and column. So now here is the column and here is the row. So when I started Excel newly, I used to be confused about which one is the row and which one is the column. So now here is the column. So from A downward is column, and then from here down is rows. So now in this workbook, you can have multiple sheets. This is sheet one. If you want to have up to 10 sheets in one workbook, it is possible. All you just need to do is come to this plus icon, you click on it, it gives you another workbook, another sheet inside this workbook. So now, if you want to rename your sheets, it is also possible. You can just double click on this. When you double click, can rename it. Let's say you want to rename it to, let's say, data. Want to rename it as data. Once you type data, you click enter on your keyboard, and that data becomes the name of that sheet. So that is how it is. So now in this rows and column, you can see that we have a box, right? We have a box here. And this box now, what we call it in Excel, we call it a cell. So every intersection between a column and a row is a cell. And this cell now is where you can do your data entry. Let's say you want to type Ami, you type it, you click enter, it's already a data in this sheet. So this is where you do your calculation. This is where you do anything that you want to do. So this is the cell that you do it. So now, when you come to these cells, right, we also have this thing that we call a name box. So a name box is what references the cell name, because every cell here has an address. So now, if I click on this, let's say I click on Ami now, when you come to this name box, it's going to show you that it is A1, meaning that the name of this cell is A1. Now, if I want to go to, let's say A50, coming, let's say A50, it's going to automatically push me or show me where A50 is. If I want to still go back to A1, I just click and enter. It goes back to A1. So this is what you can use towards reference cells. Then again, take for instance, I want to reference, let's say I want to reference A1. I want to move what in A1 to A to, let's say, C1. I can do that by using equal to, because equal to is the sign that you use for every calculation. So far you want to do any formula, you want to do any calculation, equal to is the first thing that you type. So I can just do equal to A1 and I press enter. Immediately I say equal to A1, you are seeing that this cell has been referenced. You are seeing there is a blue tick on this cell. So immediately I click enter, it's going to bring what's in A1 to what? To C1. So this is to show you that you can do all these things in what? In Excel. And let's take for instance, let's say you guys do daily contribution. Let's say you have a group of people that you do daily contribution. Let's say, okay, let me bring up something. This is 56. This is 230. This is 1, right? And then this is 3, 6. This is 3, 5. This is 2, 14. This is 1, 2. Okay, let's say this is just like a practice and this that I just came up with. So let's say you want to know how much Ami has contributed, let's say for the last week and the past week. We have the functions, we have the formula for this. So now, if you want to use a formula to understand or to know how much have I contributed last week. Okay, let's say last week I was able to pay in 5,600, and then this week I paid in 3,500. If you want to know, oh, how much in total, instead of you ranking your brain to know, you can just do this in Excel by using what? A formula. So remember that any calculation you want to do, you always have to start with what? Equal to. So you can just do equal to. Then remember that this is in A1. The cell where you are saying this 5,600 is what is in A1. So you can just do A1. Remember that the cell has been referenced. You can put in your what? Your plus sign, which shows what? An addition, because you want to sum up the total amount that Ami contributed for last week and this week. And then the other amount she contributed for this week is what? Is B2. So you write B2. Okay, sorry. You write what? B1. So once you write B1, you just click enter. It shows you what? The total amount that Ami has contributed for last week and this week. In case you don't want to also do it like this, you can also use what? A function, which is what? A sum. Now you also bring up your what? Your equal sign. You do your sum, because every calculation you want to do, there is always a function attached to it. So once you type in your sum, this comes up. You double click on it, then you can either reference it manually by typing A1, but if you don't want to, you can always what? Click on this table, click on this cell, click on this cell. You bring in your what? Your plus sign, and also click on this, and then you close your brackets, and then you do enter. It's still the same thing. If you still don't want to include the plus sign, you can use your what? Your colon. So there are a lot of ways to do this. We have the sum function, we have the count function, we have the sum mix, like we have a lot. We also have the if functions in case you want to perform a condition. Let's say if this is this, what is this going to give me? So we have a whole lot of things you can do with Excel. Please, if you are still with me, please tell me. Hope you are understanding what I'm saying. Okay. So just like I said, there is a whole lot we can do with Excel. There is. So now, but this is not what we have for today. This is not what we have for today. So we'll dive in right into what we have for today. So I'm cleaning this. Okay, now. So you can actually delete the sheets, or you can rename it anyone you want to do it, possibly so I want to delete this. So now on this blank worksheet, on this blank workbook, I want to okay, give me a minute. So I already have the project that I'm going to put you through on how to build it. So here we have a Coca-Cola sales data. So if you, this is a new data set that we'll be working on, and it comprises of 3,888 rows. So, and this is the column. So we have the retail, we have the retailer, we have the retailer ID, we have the invoice date.
Chiamaka, we are not actually seeing the data. What I can see here is empty sheets.
Oh,
if everybody is seeing the same thing.
okay.
Maybe you can share your entire window or something like that. Or am I the only one seeing blank sheets?
I even thought it was loading or something.
Okay.
I even thought maybe the file had not opened.
Yeah, so I think you should share the entire window, I guess. Yes, I can see it now.
Open another window.
Yes. Yeah, I can see it now.
All right, you can see it now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So sorry for that. So this is a new data set that we will be working on today. So here we have the retailer, we have the retailer ID, we have the invoice dates, we have these we have a lot here. And then this comprises of 3,888 rows. That is okay, let's count it from here. So you can see this is 3,000, this is 3,889. So to show you the number of entries, the number of rows that we have here. Okay, so just like I said, here are the rows and here are the columns. So now, if you look at this data, you can see that the dates, we're not actually seeing the dates properly. And then when you come to this city, column, is not showing visibly. So all you can do is you can do Control A. You can do Control A to highlight everything. So when you do Control A, you are highlighting everything that you have on your data. Then you can come to Format under the Home tab. When you go to the Home tab, the reason for this is just that we want to see clearly what the invoice date holds, and also what the price per unit, the beverage brand, what is actually there. So when you highlight it, you come to Format. You can do auto fit the height of the column, and then auto fit the column width, so that it can show you everything that you want to see on your data. So now you're no longer seeing the hash that is in the invoice date. You're now seeing the correct date that is here. All right. So now a quick one: when you get a new data, now you don't just rush into doing analysis. There are a lot of things that you need to put in place. So when you look at this data, you first of all check, what is this data talking about? First of all, this is sales data of Coca-Cola, and this is sales data of the Coca-Cola brand. So you start asking yourself questions. This sales data now, what am I looking at? What is this data telling me? you start writing down questions. Okay, what do I need to know about this data? Now, this data is going to tell us like the performing brand. It's going to tell us which brand is performing highest, which retail is doing more, which one is performing low. Like there's a whole lot you can get from this data. Then you can also get, oh, which months are we doing the best, which, you understand? So there's a whole lot you can get from this data. But first of all, when you get a data set, the first thing I do is that I duplicate my data. The reason why I do so is if at all I'm performing analysis and then I mistakenly delete something, I can always have a sheet. I can always have the data that I'm making reference to. Oh, I deleted this now. At least I have a duplicate somewhere, so I can go back to it and know what I deleted mistakenly. So this is sheet. So we have to like name this sheet. We are naming it Coca-Cola. This is, so we can duplicate it by, you can place your cursor anywhere, Control A to highlight everything, Control C to copy. Then when you come here, you just Control V to paste it. If you don't want to do Control V, undo, you can always come here, come to this place, paste value. So you can always paste your this thing. You can always paste it using what? This paste icon. So once you get this paste, you can paste as values. So there are a lot of options here. So now this is Control Z, Control V. So now at least we have what? A duplicate. So this is where we'll start what? Our analysis from. We just want us to manage our time. So we are renaming this sheet as what? Analysis. Enter. So now we come to your formats. Autocomplete column. Okay. Autocomplete column. So it's been done. So now when you look at this data, we have a whole lot here. And then as a beginner, your supervisor might want you to, okay, we need the total sales for soda pop. We need the total sales for soda pop. So now we already have a column here that you can use to calculate your total sales. And remember, from the previous this thing that I showed you, I told you that if you want to start any calculation, you start what? With equal sign. So now let's say you want to calculate the total sales that we have for soda pop. And then when you look at this, we have retail here, we have retail ID, we have the invoice date, we have the region, we have the state, the city, the beverage brand, we have the price per unit, then we have the units sold, and then we have total sales. Okay, now before we start our calculation, we want to like include other columns in this, and then I want to include a month. Well, I want to include a month column in this. So what do? I'll just click on this region. I would right click on my keyboard and then I'll click on insert. So this insert is going to insert a column in between this invoice date and this region. And then I can now come here and write this is month. This is month. Click on enter, and then here, because I want to extract the month here. I want to extract the month here. So what do? I'll click on equal to, then I'll click on text. So now this text, I'll reference this cell, and I'll do what? A comma. Once I do a comma, I would include a hyphen and then include my MN, this. So now, let me go back to this again. So now, this text function, I'm coming to the formula bar now. The equal to is the sign for our calculation. Text function, it is used to get, it's used to extract, what's it called? It used to extract, let's say, it's used to extract a date format in this type of dates, right? So now the cell I'm referencing is C2. And then when you come here, you see that first, this is month, this is day, and this is the year. The one here, I'll take it again. The one here is the month. The 14 here is the day, and then the year is what, 2021. So because I want to extract the month, I'm using this C2. I'm using this text function, and then I'm referencing cell 2, and then I'm including my what, quotation sign, including this mm. This mm is indicating that, oh, I need this to be just JAN. I just want it to be in a short form. If you want it to be in a longer fashion, you can do that. You understand? And then I also noted the words, the quotation sign, and then closed it. So now immediately I closed it, it gives me what, January. It's giving me the what, it's giving me the month in this what, in this invoice date. So now instead of me doing it manually for the rest, let's say I'm doing it again. This is text, and then I'm referencing what, C3. I'm doing my command, doing this again. It's a waste of time. So what do I do? I'll just come here and then place my cursor here. You see that my cursor is white, right? But once I bring it closer to this, it's turning black. So I can just do what? A drag down. Just double click it, and then it goes down to what? To the rest of what? The data. So now you can be able to say, oh, for January, this is what we have for January, this is what we have for February, this is what we have for March, till the rest of it. So now, when we come to the price per unit, okay, now, so let's say soda pop, we are selling it for what? The price per unit, we are selling it for, let's say, okay, we are selling Coca-Cola because this is beverage brand. So we are selling Coca-Cola for 0.50. And then for a price, right? It is 0.50, right? And then we now sold 12,000. So we want to know, like, what's the total sales? What's the total sales for Coca-Cola? Now, remember that in any calculation that we want to do, right, we are going to introduce what? Our equal to. And then what do we want to do? Here, we are not trying to do sum, right? We want to multiply, because now this is price. This is what? Price per unit. This is how much we are selling. Okay, now, for example, we are selling one pencil. We are selling one pencil for 50 naira. And then we now sold, let's say we sold 100 pieces. So if you want to know how much did we sell, all we need to do is what? Since we are selling it 50 naira for one, we just multiply it by how much we sold. So this is exactly what we want to do here. So how are we going to do it? We are going to use formula to do this. So now we are bringing in our equal sign, right? Okay, this is equal sign. So the first thing that we are going to do is, because it's formula, right? This is I, right? This is I1, this is I2. So we are using I2. Sorry. So this is what? This is I1 and this is I2, right? So we are using what? I2, and then we are bringing in what? Our multiplication sign. And this is the multiplication sign. If you want to use multiplication sign, this is the sign that you would use. So now you click on J, that's J2, right? And then you click on enter. So this is going to give you the total sales for what? For Coca-Cola. Let me take that again. So now we want to multiply the total sales for Coca-Cola, right? So we just do equal to. Here we have what? Here we have what? I2. So we write what? I2. Then we are bringing our multiplication sign, and this is our multiplication sign, asterisk, right? And then we want to multiply it with how many times, this thing we've sold. So we've sold 12,000 pieces. So this is it. We now click on what? J2. We type in J2. The cell has been referenced, and then we do what? Enter. So now it's going to show us how much we've done, how how the total sales for what, for Coca-Cola. Then in case you don't want to use this dollar sign, you can always go here and then look for any other any other sign that you want to. Let's say, okay, let me take that again. So you can click on this arrow, come to more accounting, then we come to what, currency. Then we don't need, you come to symbols. We don't need this dollar sign. You want another sign. Maybe you want it in Naira. You can always come here. You can use any one that you want. Let's say you want Edo. Then if you don't want it to be in decimal, you can always remove it and then you click OK. And it's going to give you what, 6,000 Naira. So now, but because our price per unit is what? Our price per unit is in dollar. We want to leave it what? In dollar. So you do Ctrl Z to give us what? The dollar sign. So now, instead of us also doing it manually, we can always do what? Come here and do what? A tap down. We do a double click, and then it's going to what? Multiply all through what? The rest of this word of this data. Please, I hope you can still hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So that's for that. So now we've done all the things that we need because we just want to like manage our time. So now, when you look at this data, let's take for instance, you want to filter, let's say by region, or you want to filter by month. Now, all you just need to do is you just Ctrl C on your keyboard. Let's say you want to filter, let's say by month. You want to know how much we have in January, how much we have in February, or let's say how much how much Coca-Cola this thing that we sold for the month of January. You can always highlight. You come at filter. Let's say you come to months. When you come to month, you check where is January. Okay, so you uncheck all these. You can type in January, just so. When you type in January, you just come and click on January. Sorry, you click on January. When you click on January, it's going to filter all the sales that we made for January. And as you can see, look at the column here that I'm talking about. Sorry, let me freeze this so that you all see this. Freeze panel. All right. So you don't have to. So now, we filtered what? We filtered by January. Like now, we know all the sales that we've done for January. If you also want to know for every other month, you can go as much as you can go and you can click on, let's say you want to know for July. You can go to July, click on it, and know all the sales we've done for July. But let's say you want to check for region. Let's say you want to check for Northeast. You click on it, it's going to filter what? All the sales we've done in the month of what? In the month of July for what? For Northeast region. Then if you also want to remove the listing, the filter, you can just come and check it, then select every other thing, click on OK, and it brings it back. Come to this, select every other thing, click on OK, and it comes to normal. So that is how you do what? You filter. If you want to, you want to filter for Coca-Cola, you can always come here, click on that filter, drop down, uncheck all this, come to Coca-Cola, click on it, click on OK, and it's going to give you all the beverages for what? It's going to give you all the data for what? For Coca-Cola. So that is how it's done. That's how it's done. So select or click on OK, and every other thing comes back. So then there's another feature in Excel that instead of doing all those things, you can actually do it very snappy. It's called pivot table. So you can use pivot table to summarize your data. You can use pivot table to analyze your data. You can use it to do a whole lot. So now if you want to let's go over to this. So you want to introduce pivot table into this data set. All you just need to do is you click on Control A to highlight your data, everything here. So now you come to insert. You come to what? Insert. When you come to insert, this is pivot table, right? So you click on it. When you click on it, it's going to bring out this option. So this, you don't need to change anything here. Just need to do what? Just need to click OK. So it's going to add it to another workbook. And then we can call this, we can rename this, let's say, pivot analysis. Click on enter. So now this is pivot table, this is the interface, right? So now here it shows all the columns that we have in this our Coca-Cola data set. So now when you come to this pivot analysis sheet, you are seeing your what? Your retailer, you are seeing your retail ID, your invoice dates, month, region, everything that is here, you are seeing it. So now let's say we want to know let's say we want to know what our total sales for, let's say we want to know our total sales for a particular region. So now we can come and click on the region, right? So we come here. This is the region. All we need to do is we drag it to the rows. Let me take it again. I'm removing it. When you come to this, you click on your region and then you drag it. So when you drag it to the rows, it's going to be like this. But then if you drag it to the columns, let's say you drag it to the columns, it's going to be like this. And we don't want it to be like this, right? We want it to be leave it, it's okay. Thank you. Oh, you want to on it? Oh, no problem. Okay, thank you. Sorry for that. So we want it to be the other way around. So we can just remove it, bring it to this, right? So this is how we want it to be. And then, okay, we want to know like how many sales we've made from each of these regions. We'll just scroll down to what? To total sales. When we come to this total sales, we're not going to drop it in the columns. We're not going to drop it in the rows. We'll drop it what? In the values, because values is representing numbers. And when we talk about sales, we are talking about what? Numbers. So what we'll have to do is what? We'll click on this total sales and then we drop it on this value. So now it's going to show us how much we've made from each of this region. So you can come here and then you can rename it as what? Region. You can enter. Okay, you can rename it as what? Okay, so when you come here, so when you want to rename this, it's going to pop up. A pop-up like this is going to come. So you can just backspace and then rename it as let's say total sales, and you click on what? Enter. Coming. So you click on what? On enter. So it's going to show you like every sales we've made from each region. If you also want to know, the brand, you can drag this, let's say the brand, then you can know, this is how much we made from Coca-Cola in Midwest. This is how much we made from Coca-Cola. This is how much we made from Fanta. This is how much we made from Sprite. From what? From the Midwest. Also, if you want to know for other regions, you can go ahead. So pivot table helps you to summarize your data. It helps you to analyze your data quickly. So that's that. So now we'll go ahead to build our dashboard. So now I'm going to open another sheet. Right? So here is the interface where we are going to build our simple dashboard, because every of your supervisor would obviously want you to show me the total sales of this, show me how we are performing in this region, show me which brand or which beverage brand is performing more than the other. You're going to like show everything in this dashboard. So now let's come over to our analysis. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to know let's say the retail. We want to know the value, how much retailer, like how much you are making from each retailer. So we just drag this to the rows, right? Because we have okay, we come in. So we drag this right to the rows, and then we drag this to the words, to the values. So now it's not going to show you that, oh, for Bevco, we are making this amount. For this, we are making this amount for this. And then if you actually want to format the sales, you can just highlight. Okay, let's rename this first. Or retailer. Okay, now, so in case you want to format this, you want it to look like, you want to format it to have the currency, right? You can always highlight this. When you highlight this, you do what? When you highlight this, you come to what? You you right click, right? You come to what? Format. When you come to format, you come to what? Currency. And then we want it to do what? We want the sign to be okay. We want it to let's leave it at dollar, right? Let's leave it at dollar. So we want to remove this decimal point. We just want it to look like this. So we just look at what? At okay. And it's going to appear like this. But if you want to have, if you want it to have a decimal point, you can just leave decimal points at this thing. Let's say 1 point or 2 points, as the case may be. So now, when you've done this, what you would do is you would come to pivot table analyze, right? Pivot table analyze. Here you're going to rename this pivot table, because remember we are creating a dashboard. So you're going to rename this to, let's say, you're going to rename this to retail. Retail. You're going to enter. So now we've named this. So another one that we want to know the beverage brand, where we want to know how the total sales for our beverage brands. So what are we going to do? We just click on any part of this. We do Control A to highlight this. We copy. When we copy, we can just do just come here, paste. So when you paste, you come here. Remember that when you copy and paste is the same thing, right? So for this one now, we want to do for brand. So what are we going to do? We just remove this, just remove retail. We remove, should we remove this? Okay, let's remove this for the sake of this. Then you can just come down to beverage brand. And then you now come down to you come down to total sales. And then, are you seeing? So this is how much we are making from Coca-Cola. This is how much we are making for what? For Diet Coke. This is how much we are making from what? From Power. Like, are you seeing how much we are making from each sales? So, how much are we actually making from Coca-Cola? How much are we making from this? So that is how you actually do you summarize your data. So now we can go ahead and rename this. So for this, we can come to pivot analyze. This is for what? This is pivot table 2. So we just do it as what? As brand, let's say brand and sales. Click enter. And then if you want, if you also want to rename this, this is total sales for brand, total sales for brand, and that's it. You can go on and do a whole lot in this. Then let's say, for instance, you want to know, oh, you want to include the month in this. You can go as much as possible to highlight this, do Control A, Control C. Then let's say we come here. This is Control V to paste, right? So now you're going to remove the brand. You're going to move towards total sales. If you like, you might not remove total sales because it's the same, right? So you can just come towards to months, include months, and then you come down towards to total sales, include it. So now it's going to tell you like how much we've made in the month of January. So instead of you doing it manually, or you want to know how much, or you want to feel that, this is the perfect way. This is like the easiest way to do it. This is the easiest way to summarize, to analyze your data. So you can go ahead to rename this as what? You can go ahead to rename this as what? As form. You can go ahead to rename this as sales for. You can just do like sales by, like let's say sales by month. So in case you want to format this, just do what? You double click. I mean, you do what? You right click. You come towards number format. When you click on it, this is going to pop up. When it pops up, you come towards currency, and then you want to leave it at dollar, but then you want to remove what? The decimal point. So we just repeat this money to 0, and we click OK. So it is now what? It is now what? In what? Is now in currency what form. So another thing is that after this now, you're not going to show your supervisor, you're not going to show the executive this, you're not going to show it to them like this. Obviously, you want to put it in form of what? A dashboard. You want to put it in form of a dashboard. So how are you going to do this? So now when you click on this, right? When you click on this, what's the first thing that you are going to do? Because you actually want to show them so that it will be in a dashboard form, right? So when you click on this, you go to inserts. When you go to inserts, you are seeing what? Pivot. You are seeing what? Charts. So we want to use charts to visualize what we've come up with. Because now, if you are showing it to them, they will be like, "Oh, this is not what we need." But when you are showing it to them, their chart, it is communicating. It is visually like you are showing it to them the way they would understand it properly. So you can just click on recommend charts. What are we going to use? So let's use bar. So when you click on this, then you click on OK. So this is what we came up with. So now, looking at this, we still need to do a little editing. Like this, we don't want this to be here, we don't want this to be here. So what are we going to do? So first of all, when you click on this, you come to under this pivot analyze, you come to this pick button. So when you come to this pick button, you click on this arrow there. When you click on this arrow, you click on what? Hide all. So when you click on this hide all, this is what is left, right? So this $, we don't actually want it to be on this. So we can just click on it, and then you hit the delete or Control Z. You can come to home and then give it another color. Let's say give it a white color, something that can show that something that can show that it's not there. You get. So now, but I actually want to remove it, so I'll just click on it and do what? Delete. So we're actually coming up with something. So now, when you notice that this does not, we want to format this so that it comes from what? Either lowest either from highest to lowest or from lowest to highest. So you need to what format this. So what will you do? When you click on this, you right click, you come to what the comment. All right. So when you click on this bar, when you click on this bar, you right click on your keyboard, you come to sort and sort. So let's say from smallest, you can just do it like this. So we're now saying that, oh, the soda pop has the high sales, and when you click at this one, so it's generating over what 4,000 what dollars. You are seeing for what Bevco, you're seeing that Bevco is around what 1,000. So that is, I mean, 1 million, right? So that is how you can be able to what build your own your own chart. And then in case you want to change, let's say you want to change this, because remember that we are trying to build a Coca-Cola product, and I wouldn't want to use this blue background, this blue color, because it does not actually it doesn't convey the brand. Because one thing about data analysis is when you're working on a project and you also want to present, you also have to communicate your data using the brand, right? So you can just click on this, right click, and then you come to what? Format. When you come to format data, it's going to bring out what this format data point. So you can come here, this will come to fill, and then we want to change the color. We don't want the color to be blue, so you can just click here, and then should we use this? Should we go for more color? Okay, let's take it again. Let's use this for the sake of this class. Let's use this. Let's use this. So now you notice that, it is only one of it that's changed to red, right? So if you want to change everything, what do? You write, what do you do? So you come to fill. Click outside the box, click on it again, then you come to fill, then you come to what? You come here, come to color, and so everything is going to change, right? So with this now, we are getting closer to what we are actually building. So now we don't want these grid lines here. So when you click on this, because it's not really like appealing, so you can click on this, you come here. So we want to remove this grid line. We don't want it here. So we just uncheck this, right? So then for the charts title, we want it to be should we leave it here? Okay, we might just leave it here, right? So we can just rename this like, let's say sales coming, sales by sale. Okay. So that's it. And then for the total, this we don't need it, so you can delete it. So can you see what we are coming up with? So once you are done with this, you can go ahead and build a chart for each and every one of these that you built, right? So we can just do, okay, so now since we built something like this, right, you can just do it and just decrease it, put it somewhere here. Yeah, coming back to it. Okay, now so let's do for month. So for month, we take it again. When you click on this, you come to insert, you come to what? Recommend charts. And then for this, we are going to use combo. Oh, okay, let's use line, because it's talking about trend. Let's use line. So now you click on okay. Okay. And I'm sure you've seen something like this on LinkedIn. People trying to build dashboard, you are seeing this and you're like, how do they do this? This is actually how they do it. This is how they come up with that beautiful dashboard that you see on LinkedIn, you see it on YouTube. So this is how everything, this is the process. So now, just like we said, oh, that we don't want this. So when we click on this, we come towards pivot analyze. On pivot analyze, pivot chart analyze, we come towards field ribbon, field button. So we click on what? Hide all. When we click on hide all, so we don't want, or should we include this? Maybe we should just leave this. But even if you don't want to, you can always go ahead and do what? And remove this, right? You can always go ahead and remove it. So let's remove it, because when you click at any point, you click here, in the comment. Oh, sorry. So we'll remove the grid line. Remove the grid line. This will remove this, and then you can just do you can just remove this. You can just do Control A. Then we do sales. Let's say sales by month. Click enter. So this is how you actually do it. This is how you come up with these words, with this beautiful dashboard. So once you are done, you can go ahead and do it and edit it. You can go ahead and do it and edit it. But because of time, we might not really do all these things today. We might not really do all those things. So you want to change this blue line. You want to change it into something that looks like a brand color. So you can obviously use this. Right? So, and that is it. If you don't want to use this, you can also change. Let's say you want to change this. Let's say you want to change this. You can come to insert. You come in. Okay, so you can come to design, right? So when you click on at this, you come to design. You can change, let's say, what's it called? You can change the layout. Let's say you don't like the layout that it came with. You can obviously change it. You can also add, let's say you want to add the amount, you want it to show. You can do that too. So you can also include, let's say, data labels, right? You can include data tables in case you want your supervisor to see, oh, for the month of January, this was how much we made. For the month of this was how much. So there's a whole lot you can do in Excel. But because of time, we might not really be able to come up with it. So now you can go ahead to build a whole lot. Let's say I'm going to move this by the side. Let's say okay, let's say we want to, okay, I'll do Control C. Okay. Okay, now. So just like I said, there's a whole lot that you can actually do with this, right? There's a whole lot that you can do with this. But because of time, we might not really be able to cover it up, because Excel has a whole lot that you can do with it. Excel has a whole lot that you can do with it. Has a whole lot that you can do. So with here, you can be able to change. Let's say you want to change you want to change the designs. Can go ahead and do it. So, but because of time, I may not really be able to cover all of this. So I would have to do a wrap up here, and Mr. Emmanuel would take it up from here. But I promise by the next this thing we will do more than this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chiomaka. That was wonderful. Please, let's give her thumbs up. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Within a very short time, you've been able to do something marvelous, something great. All right. So, any questions so far? Please ask question. Don't go. Let me share my screen. Ask question. We have something for you for those that are here. But let me just seek for question. If you have question, please ask. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Any comments? Any question, please? Any question for our facilitator or for us? Anything about Excel, data analysis? All right. So please, we have, I put some stuff in the chat, right? So you can go to the chat window and then learn more about us. We have a complete advanced Excel self-paced course with support, all right? And there is discount currently going. Like the facilitator said, there are a lot to learn in Excel. There are a lot to learn in Excel. So we have a complete course that walks you through step by step how you can master Excel within a very short time. You can also look at the project that our students have built who have joined this course in the past, right? So you can go ahead and then take advantage of the discount. You can also enroll on the combo course, should I say the complete live class course, which is just 80,000 Naira. This is not just Excel. It comprises of Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python, and the rest. But if you're interested in individual course, you can come to self-paced here and then click on Advanced Excel for data analysis. You're going to see even the projects you're going to build. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. So with this course, you're going to build a complete end-to-end Excel report and dashboard like this. In fact, if somebody sends you this image, you'll be surprised. You won't believe that this was done using Excel. All right. And then apart from that, you're going to learn Excel from the ground up. Then at the end, you get a verifiable certificate. You get personalized reference letter from us. We work with you to optimize your LinkedIn profile. We create CV and cover letter for you, and then we help you build portfolio. Now, let me go to portfolio here, and then you're going to see a lot that our students have built. So these are our student project, people like you who have learned with us. So if you click on each person, you're going to see the portfolio that this person has built. Now, Talent Digit gives you all this free of charge. This is something that is very hard for you to see elsewhere, all right? So please take advantage of this. Can enroll in a single course or in the combo course, whichever one you prefer. So I think that will be all. Do you have any questions so far? We are ending the class here. Do you have any questions so far? Any questions so far? All right. So if there is no question, thank you so much for joining us. We will be available online on the WhatsApp group. If you have any question, you can ask us there. Thank you so much. Thank you, our facilitator, for that wonderful class. Thank you so much. That will be all for now. Bye-bye.